Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are doing another movie reaction, and it's gonna be the movie Zootopia. It won the poll over on Patreon, and there were some comments that were very excited about this. So I'm curious to see what all the hype is about. I know the very basics of this film, which is that it's like a human-like city, except for it's populated only by animals. And I guess Zootopia is the city where they all come together. But yeah, I'm excited to get started with this film. If you want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. We also have early access, so this went up on Patreon a week before for the patrons, then on YouTube. But yeah, let's get started.
I am going to be a police officer!
Ever wonder how your mom and me got to be so darn happy?
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
up on our dreams and we settled.
You're dead!
Oh no. Ugh.
You're dead, fluff butt.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's safe to have that.
This is Fox repellent.
Okay, the deterrent and the repellent, that's all she needs.
Check this out.
Oh, for goodness sake. She has no need for a fox taser, Stu.
Oh, come on. When is there not a need for a Fox taser?
How's that different from like a regular taser?
Oh, hi! I'm Judy, your new neighbor.
Yeah? Well, we're loud. Don't expect us to apologize for it.
You are even cuter than I thought you'd be.
Ooh, you probably didn't know, but a bunny can call another bunny cute, but when other animals do it, it's a little...
I am
Oh.
so sorry.
Parking duty. Dismissed.
parking duty. Sir, I'm not just some token bunny.
Ew. Into the snout and then back in? Are you kidding me?
Are your customers aware they're getting snot and mucus with their cookies and cream?
What are you talking about?
You know, it burns me up to see folks with such backward attitudes toward foxes. I just want to say you're a great dad and just a real articulate fella.
Ah, well, that is high praise.
Yikes.
It's rare that I find someone so non-patronizing. Get your popsicle!
Oh. What do they even work as? I'm so curious. Oh my god.
No kiss bye-bye for daddy?
You kiss me tomorrow, I'll bite your face off.
Oh, that's amazing.
You're a real hero, lady. My mommy says she wishes you were dead.
Holy crap.
Coming through! This is Officer McQuarn. We got a 1031.
I got dibs! Officer Hobbs, I am in pursuit! Woo woo!
Popsicle.
Oh.
Murder weapon.
Get your popsicle.
Yeah.
I see why he's the front desk guy.
What does that mean?
So times 20, which is 1,460,000.
How you do that in your head?
I think. I mean, I am just a dumb bunny, but we are good at multiplying. Anyway, according to your tax forms, you reported, let me see here.
Well, it's my word against yours.
$200 a day, Fluff. 365 days a year since I was 12.
Actually, it's your word against yours. It's called a hustle, sweetheart.
She hustled you. She hustled you, girl.
Oh my god.
You a cop now, Nick. You gonna need one of these.
I'd appreciate that more than you can imagine. It'd be such a... Oh, you are naked.
They be naked.
Tommy's just on the other side of the pleasure pool.
Oh boy. Oh my god. That's so ridiculous.
What
Hang in there.
can I do
Well, I was hoping you could run a play...
for you
Well, I was hoping you could...
today?
Oh my god.
0.
3.
Hey, Flash, want to hear a joke?
No!
Sure.
What do you call a three-humped camel? Pregnant.
Oh my god.
Ah. Ah.
I may have sold him a very expensive wool rug that was made from the fur of a skunk. But...
Oh, sweet cheese and crackers.
Daddy! It's time for our dance!
Oh, it's the one she saved.
What did we say? No, I sing anyone at my wedding!
I have to, baby. Daddy has to.
She's the bunny that saved my life yesterday!
I will take your kindness and pay it forward.
Badge.
No.
What did you say, Fox?
Sorry. What I said was no. Good day.
Never let them see that they get to you. Oh, my mom scraped together enough money to buy me a brand new uniform because, by God, I was gonna fit in. Even if I was the only predator in the troop.
I, Nicholas Wilde, promise to be brave, loyal, helpful, and trustworthy.
Even though you're a fox.
What? No! No! What did I do wrong, you guys? No! Please tell me, what did I do wrong? What did I do?
That's rough.
If the world's only gonna see a fox as shifty and untrustworthy, there's no point in trying to be anything else.
Nick, you are so much more than that.
Don't touch. Oh my God.
So fluffy. Hey, sheep never let me get this close.
You can't just touch a sheep's wool.
It's like cotton candy.
Stop it.
Where to?
Rainforest District. Vine into Hunga.
What? Oh my God.
Quit it. You're gonna start a howl.
I didn't start it.
Anything you say?
Those glasses.
Well, I've been thinking it would be nice to have a partner.
Aww.
In case you need something to write with.
Why is this happening?
It may have something to do with biology.
What do you mean biology?
A biological component, you know, something in
Why
their
speculate when you
DNA.
don't?
In their
They're
DNA.
Dunna.
Can you elaborate? They seem to be reverting back to their primitive, savage ways. I didn't get a chance to mention you or say anything about how we...
Oh, I think you said plenty.
I mean, it's not like a bunny could go savage.
Right, but a fox could, huh?
Nick, stop it. You're not like them.
Oh, there's a them now.
You know what I mean. You're not that kind of predator.
Are you afraid of me? You think I might try to eat you? Just when I thought somebody actually believed in me, huh? Probably best if you don't have a predator as a partner.
Judy! Officer Hawk, were you just threatened by that predator?
No, he's my friend.
We can't even trust our own friends?
That is not what I said. Please.
That is not what she said at all.
This is not the Zootopia I know. The Zootopia I know is better than this. We don't just blindly assign blame.
I came here to make the world a better place, but I think I broke it. Thank you for the opportunity.
Wow.
I'll be darned.
Hey, Judy, I'd just like to say I'm sorry for the way I behaved in my youth. I had a lot of self-doubt, and it manifested itself in the form of unchecked rage and aggression. I was a major jerk.
He sounds like he's been to therapy.
Oh, I know. Wait, please, I know you'll never forgive me, and I don't blame you. But predators shouldn't suffer because of my mistakes. I was a horrible friend, and I hurt you, and you can walk away knowing that you were right. I really am just a dumb bunny.
You're gonna make me emotional, man.
I
What?
really am just a dumb bunny.
Oh my God.
funny.
I'll let you race it. In 48 hours. Okay, oh, you bunnies. Are you just trying to steal the pen? Is that what this is?
Open up. We got your latte.
All right, Walter and Jesse are back, so I'm leaving now.
Walter and Jesse? Breaking Bad?
Don't stop! Keep going!
No, no, please stop!
Do not stop this car!
Got cheered. Nope. They survived.
We lost it all.
Yeah. Oh, except for this.
Nice.
Yes!
Ow.
We gotta get to the ZPD.
How did you know where to find us?
I'll go ahead and I'll take that case now.
You know what? I think Nick and I will just take this to the ZPD.
Good instincts. Whoa. Ooh.
They may be strong and loud, but prey outnumber predators 10 to 1.
She's freaking Donald Trump. She's freaking Donald Trump with the hair,
90%
the fluff,
of the population
the racism.
united against a common enemy.
What are you going to do? Kill me?
Oh, no, of course not. He is.
No.
Oh.
Blood, blood.
Oh.
And
I was like, this movie got so dark.
I think we got it.
it's my word against yours.
Ooh, actually.
And I'll start every predator in Zootopia to keep it that way.
It's your word against yours. It's called a hustle, sweetheart. Boom.
Boom.
And the more we try to understand one another, the more
Aw.
exceptional each of us will be. But we have to try. So no matter what type of animal you are, from the biggest elephant to our first fox,
Aw. I'm getting
I
emotional.
implore you, try. Try to make the world a better place. Look inside yourself and recognize that change starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with all of us.
Assignment.
This sharing a chair, it's so cute.
Officers. Oh.
Undercover, look at that. Parking duty.
Parking duty.
Really?
Dismissed. Just kidding. We have reports of a street racer tearing up Savannah Central.
You were going 115 miles per hour. I hope you have a good
115. Oh my god, is the
Flash, 100-yard dash.
Okay, so in interviews, to sound smart, you ask yourself a question and then answer that question, and yeah. So, did I enjoy this movie? Yes. Yes, I did. So yeah, this was not the movie I thought it was going to be at all. I didn't expect like so much social commentary in this kids Disney movie. And there was just like so much charm in this movie as well. I could tell that it was like a labor of love. Like the people who did this were paid attention to like every little detail, and that was really fun. And it touched on really important topics like prejudice, and then there's like expectations for society. Like here's Judy, she's like worked her entire life to be a cop, and she's met right away by Chief Bogo. Like it doesn't matter that she graduated top of her class. She's a bunny first in his eyes. And side note, Bogo is actually played by Idris freaking Elba. I saw in the credits. That's pretty funny. The only thing I've seen Idris is in the Thor movies, so I need to watch more of his stuff. And the movie touches on parental pressure and like views against other groups and how difficult it can be to overcome them. Like Judy wants to think that her parents are wrong about foxes. She took the fox repellent just to shut her parents up, essentially. There was like a fox taser. Still don't know what the difference between that and a regular taser is. I guess it's adjusted to like different animals. So like a rat taser would be tiny, and I don't know, whatever. But yeah, just because she was thinking like just because Gideon Grey attacked her when she was a kid doesn't mean she sees all foxes that way. Except like she still has those like that voice in her head that's telling her to see people a certain way or see animals or foxes a certain way. That moment when she buys the jumbo pot for Nick and his child, she's talking about how he's like such an articulate fella, and he says how nice it is to meet someone so patronizing to foxes, but she's actually being extremely patronizing. Like he's telling her, he's kind of like trying to tell her off without her noticing, and it works. It goes completely over her head. The idea is that foxes aren't typically articulate, and she's trying to say like, hey, you're different than other foxes, which is in itself like pretty racist. Like the idea is that she thinks foxes are normally inarticulate. Like you wouldn't say, if you're just having a conversation with someone and you like a short conversation with someone, like Nick wasn't saying anything like with big words, like forming big sentences or anything. He just wasn't stumbling over his words like I am now. So for her to say that means that she thinks of foxes that way. And there's evidence for that, because with Gideon Grey, with Dunna, and how he talks later again when they meet as adults, he's like kind of tripping over his own words. And yeah, he was talking. I loved how much Gideon Grey was like later on. He was like talking about how his self-doubt manifested itself in unchecked rage and aggression. I'm like super sure that guy went to therapy to work through his issues. So good job for him. And I'm wondering if that, along with Nick's story of him as a child and Gideon Grey, it reminded Judy that, yeah, a lot of people, or animals, are formed by everything that goes on around them, like, and how negative opinions from everyone else can destroy your sense of self. Like, that happened to Gideon. He had so much self-doubt because he wanted to be who he was, I'm guessing, and he had this story in his head that, oh yeah, like, we should be, like, all this, he's not sure what society's telling him to do versus who he is, and the version of him we see later is like the one that's self-actualized, who understands, who is connected more with himself than with what society tells him. And the same thing with Nick. He went the way of the sly fox because people saw him that way, like the kids saw him that way and treated him, bullied him into being what society thinks of him. And I think Judy realized that, and I think those two things together made Judy realize that, and it's a hard cycle to break, honestly. Like, for personally, wow, that's loud. My dad's blowing his nose, and the door is shut. You can still hear it, though. He's an elephant. He's Toot Toot. Little Toot Toot. Yeah, okay. What was I saying? Jeez. It just distracts me so much. All right, I'll come back to that later. But yeah, there's even there's so many like nods to racial relations in this film. Like, there's even that bit with Clawhauser where he calls her cute without knowing that it's disrespectful. Like, bunnies can call other bunnies cute, but for other people to do it, it's pretty similar to the N-word in particular. That's where you hear that kind of talk the most. And then there's that, like, once Judy says the wrong thing and forces everybody, there's like like demonstrations, protests. That pig was like, go back to the forest, predator. I'm from the savannah. And yeah, that's unfortunately something that happens way too often. Specifically, most often is with Latinx people, but I've also heard white people say to Native Americans, go back to where you're like, go back home. We don't want you. You go back to your own country. And it's like, dude, come on. And then, yes, there's also that part where, what's his face? Nick is touching Bellwether's wool, which is like a clear parallel to how black women famously have their hair touched all the time without their consent. Like, you can't do that. And Judy understood that. And now, despite the fact that I just compared sheep's wool with touching black women's hair, I have to talk about that connection I made while watching the film. Assistant Mayor and then Mayor Bellwether is freaking Donald Trump. Like, people have a fixation on their hair. They're always wondering about it. Though I guess Bellwether's is real, whereas Trump's is debatable. And then there's this obsession of theirs to, like, scapegoat minorities to stay in power. So this divisiveness is definitely there. It's the same. They use the same tactics to scare people into doing things against the best interest of everybody. definitely, I feel like it's probably unintentional since the film came out early 2016 and was probably in production for years, a few years before that. But I mean, it's not a uncommon trope. It's just Trump is the embodiment of that, the biggest embodiment of that right now. And I mean, with this movie, I feel like for a lot of people with prejudices, the movie won't help them change their minds, but they might even dislike the film for the political commentary. But I'm hoping the kids pick up on the lessons and like learn to apply it down the line somehow. I guess my only complaint for this film is that isn't really a complaint. It's just that I want more of this world. It's been like more than 3 years since the film came out. I'm like, where's the sequel and where's the TV series? And yeah, I really enjoyed this. Yeah, I was speaking of how many like little details were fun. Weaselton had all those like DVDs and they were all really funny. There was ones that were like they were just all Pixar, like let me actually look that up. Hold on a second. Zootopia VHS tapes. Actually, no, that is the wrong thing to look for. Weaselton movies. Wreck-It Rhino, Pig Hero 6, Wrangled. I love Tangled is probably my favorite Disney movie. So that's Wrangled is hilarious to me. Meowana, Giraffic, which I'm actually not sure what it is. There's Floatzin too, which is featuring 2 otters, and still Sven. Non-infringing entertainment. Oh, Giraffic is a Weaselton exclusive. Let me actually look up the rest of the cast, the voice cast. Cause I don't recognize. I don't feel like I recognize most of them. Jennifer Goodwin. Jennifer is Judy Hopps. I don't know Jennifer. Oops. Jason Bateman is Nick Wilde. I actually know Jason Bateman. I don't think I've seen him in much though. He's famous for Arrested Development, Identity Theft. Never seen those. Idris Elba, Chief Bogo, Jenny Slate as Bellwether. Wait, oh my God, it's that girl from Parks and Rec, the Saperstein. What was it? Shoot, Parks. Mona Lisa Saperstein. Yes, that is hilarious. That I can hear it now. I can think of it now. Clawhauser is someone I don't know. Nate Torrance. Oh, actually no, I know him. I don't know from what though. He's like a lovable goof. Don't know where I know him from. Bonnie Hunt is Bonnie Hopps. Did I say Bunny Hunt? Bonnie Hunt is Bonnie Hopps. Don Lake is Stu Hopps. Lionheart is J.K. Simmons. Oh man, I haven't seen J.K. Simmons in enough to recognize his voice, I guess. Octavia Spacer is Mrs. Otterton. Oh my God, Alan Tudyk is freaking Duke Weaselton. Oh, that's hilarious. That's really funny. And Shakira is Gazelle. Yeah, I think that's everything. Alan Tudyk, he can do anything essentially. And yeah, I really loved, like I was saying, I really loved the details in this movie. The fact that, oh yeah, there was like this part where they were, at the end, they were going undercover and all the animals were like, like the hippo put on a mustache, somebody else put on a hat or something, but the wolf put on sheep's clothing, so a wolf in sheep's clothing. So that's really funny. Nick with his relationship with Flash is super funny. Flash is Nick. Comedy was on point, and I have to mention Judy Hopps' ears. Like, they're just like so much care went into just the ears. They would twitch sometimes when she's thinking. When she's sad, they come down. When she's like, it felt very natural for her like emotions, even though like this doesn't happen with like human beings. It feels like our ears don't perk up and go down like at certain times, but it felt very natural. It felt like authentic, even though I don't know what they're going off of to make those ears go up and down. Maybe dogs too. I don't know. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just, I love this movie for the good message it sends. Great animation, great characters. I loved the way that Judy apologized to Nick. She took responsibility. A lot of people don't know how to apologize correctly in real life, so I appreciate that. And I'm hoping, yeah, I hope kids learn a lot from this film, and maybe some older people might even realize the way they treat people is a little wrong too. But yeah, I don't know. The whole savage thing was really interesting too. Bunnies can go savage. Yeah, I think there's just like a lot of messages in here that it's very hard to unpack. There's a lot to unpack in here. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this film. Let me know what you think in the comments below about all these parallels to real life like issues, and what you thought of the film overall. Be sure to like, comment, share, and if you want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. And until next time, I think Inside Out is in the lead. Let me check that right now. I think it is. Yep, it is in a very slight lead. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, friends.